Hi, welcome to the interim income model. My name is Cliff Kerrigan, and I'm going to go ahead and walk you through this whole thing. This video, really, it's just a duplicate for the most part of the text that's on the page. I've just created it because I know that some people actually prefer just to hear it rather than to have to read it. So that's what this is. I hope you'll enjoy it. I'll put my own business in your hands. The exact same business that I'm running and earning a full-time income with. In fact, it's a real-time mirror image synced copy of my personal business. I've created and sold tools that help people achieve a specific goal. I've created and sold training from beginner to advanced on how to put together a full profitable online business. The reason I didn't was simple. I can't guess what anyone's skill level is, what their proficiency level is, and what their work ethics are, what their budget limitations might be, and the list goes on and on. But that changed recently due to a very unpleasant experience. I'd worked until about 3 a.m. and went to bed. Everything was fine, and I had had an extremely productive day. Now, about noon the next day, I went back into my office, excited to keep my momentum going and knock out another big chunk of my project. As I walked into the room, all three monitor screens were black. I was furious. I thought that Windows had pushed an update and shut down my system. So I pushed the power button and waited, and waited, and waited, and there was nothing, not even a flicker. A little thunderstorm had rolled through, and lightning had hit the phone lines. I use DSL. The power surge went through the phone line into the DSL modem and traveled down the Cat5 cabling and basically zapped the daylights out of my computer. I had my electrical power sources protected, but not my Cat5 cables. They were direct. So there I was, a completely fried computer, and I'm pretty well versed on computers, so I knew the steps I needed to take in order to find, all the damaged parts and replace them. The problem, however, was twofold. Not only did I have to get parts, which is a 4-hour round trip for me per part that I get, but it also took me an entire week to get the machine operable again, and then another 2 days to get all of my programs and files recovered. To say that I lost my momentum on my project would be an understatement. Now bear with me, I'm going to get to the big point soon. So now that I finally had everything back up and running again, I resolved to never let anything like that happen to me again. I make great money on the net. I live a wonderful life and can't imagine living any other way. Yet I dropped the ball completely in terms of protecting my business from natural disaster. So I decided to go with complete overkill. I added 3 more internal hard drives to my machine and 2 additional external hard drives. I fixed it so that the primary hard drive is mirrored by 2 other internal drives in real time. It's a RAID setup. And the third internal drive is used for making daily standard backups. Now for the 2 external drives, one is used for real-time file backups and the other basically mirrors the internal drive that holds the daily backups. So there I was, complete protection. If anything happens now, it's just a matter of plugging in one of the other drives and I can carry on business as usual. I was so pleased with what I'd accomplished that I set out to achieve the same level of protection for my dedicated web server. It added quite a lot to my monthly costs, but then on the other hand, I'll never have to worry about losing my stuff again. You still with me? Okay, what I had done here was basically set up my personal computer as well as my server to be constantly backed up and synced in real time at all times. Now, here's the big point. That's when it really started to hit me. I make a great living online, and I've done so for many years. But as I mentioned earlier, I could never think of a way to seriously guarantee that someone would make money online unless they were doing the absolute exact same things that I was doing in every way. And I do mean exact. It really started, getting exciting to me at this point. I had just taken backups and real-time sync mirroring to a whole new level. But what would happen if I applied the same practice to my own business? What if I had my entire business model copied, cloned, and synced in real time? If I could do that, then anyone, regardless of their experience level or where they live or anything else, would be able to make the same money that I make with the same consistency. Think about it. If you have the exact same business model I have, and I'm making a full-time income from it, then it stands to reason that the same would be true for you, right? Well, unfortunately, not exactly. So online businesses are not static things. You don't just put it together and then you're done. Not if you really want to make a career of it. Your business has to continually evolve in order to continually thrive in an ever-changing, fast-moving marketplace. So no, just giving you a copy of my business isn't really a done-for-you solution. In fact, doing that basically just means that it's PLR. Sure, you might, with might being the operative term, be able to upload it and make all of the needed modifications, and it'd make you a little money for a little while. But there again, the market's still moving forward. And if you don't have the time or the skill set to keep up, then you get left behind and the business becomes useless and outdated, which also means the money dries up. So the only real solution is that it not be just a zipped up copy of my business model. It has to actually be a real-time synced clone of my entire business model. Now, what I mean is, if I change something in my business in order to expand its income, or if I modify some element in order to increase its conversions, or I change out some product I'm promoting, then in real time, your copy of my business would need to reflect those exact same changes so that you're still running an exact business model instead of an outdated business model. You get it? Well, now that's been achieved. Now you can have my own exact business model synced in real time at all times. It doesn't matter where you live. The only experience you really need is, well, you don't really need any experience. All you have to do once you set up is just send traffic. I mean, the funnel, it's my funnel, it's my income. So it would be your funnel and your income. So it just automatically works. So just traffic. Where do you get the traffic from? For me, I use paid traffic. I use solo ads to be exact. And there's a number of reasons that I do that and use it as my primary traffic source. But let me just explain it in terms like this. If in my own business, I just have to send traffic to it and I make a full-time income, then it seems reasonable that if you sent the exact same kind of traffic to your business, then you would pretty much get the same result. Understand? Now, if you can't afford to buy traffic or you just don't want to buy traffic, you can send traffic any way you want. It's your own business. You're the one responsible for your own income. So, if you like to use free traffic methods, that's great. Again, it's your own business, so you get to make the choices on your own. I just use paid traffic because it's really easy and I don't like working any more than I need to. Now, you can go ahead and take a look at my actual business model in real time. I mean, my exact real-life business model. You just head on over to interimincome.com/model.htm. There's a link for it in the text portion of this page if you just want to click through. It opens in a new window. And you'll see my whole business model. In fact, go ahead and take the training that's provided there and get your certification. Doing so will add several additional layers of income for you simply because you know what you're doing. Now you might be thinking, well, yeah, Cliff, that model looks pretty great and I went through the training, but it looks like I'm going to need to know a lot more in order to actually do this for myself. Well, nothing could really be further from the truth. You're only thinking that right now because you still don't really understand the setup. So let me go ahead and explain that to you. Here's the gist of it. It's safe to say that I'm pretty knowledgeable in internet marketing, and it's also safe to say that I enjoy a pretty solid reputation in this industry. Now, why is that important to you? Because you get to use my experience and my reputation fully to your own benefit. What you're getting is the exact same business model, the exact one. However, instead of me getting the email address of those people who sign up for that course, it'll be you who gets those email addresses directly into your own Aweber account. And remember all of those links to various products that was soft promoted throughout that entire training series? Well, instead of those being my affiliate links, they'll be your own affiliate links. Now I'm going to expand on this just a little bit more so that it really has time to, give you that smack in the forehead with that aha moment. Right? I really want this to impact you. In that funnel, there are products that go through PayPal and put instant money into your own PayPal account. There's ClickBank, which sends you a check every couple of weeks or does a direct wire into your bank account. And then there are some that send you checks in the mail. And then, of course, there are several layers of recurring commissions as well as one-off. right? So in other words, it's putting a constant stream of income into play that's spread out over multiple vendors at multiple price points with one-off sales as well as long-term recurring products or services. It provides complete income diversification from very well-established vendors. Some of them are even traded publicly. The safety and stability is second to none, and it's not by accident that it happened to work out this way. Again, this is my income, and I protect my income using multiple levels of diversification so I'm always protected and always have money coming in from multiple directions, both short-term and long-term. You'll, of course, get to enjoy those exact same protections and that diversification. I know that now you're really wondering, how's this all going to work out? It's still not really clear to you. So here's how. Once you purchase, you're taken to a setup page. And on that page, you'll receive instructions on setting up various affiliate accounts and becoming an affiliate for specific products. You'll save all of your affiliate info into a text file. And along the way, you'll receive instructions on how to set up your Aweber list and extract a couple of bits of data that you'll be needing. And once you have all of that data saved into your text file, you'll be provided with a username and password and a link to open up a registration and setup page. On that page, you'll follow the instructions and plug all of the data from your text file into the setup page, and you'll save that page. After you save that page, the system will use that information to create your entire business and give you a special URL. That URL will be the gateway to your complete business. Your complete business is the exact real-time model you viewed earlier when you went to interincome.com/model.htm. But instead of my lead capture and affiliate links, it'll be yours. Now that you have your URL to your own business model, you'll follow it and go through each page to achieve 3 specific goals. A, to become familiar with your own business layout. B, to learn from your own business layout since the training provided there is extremely accurate and high impact. And then C, to verify that every link in your funnel is indeed in fact pointing toward your own affiliate links and displaying properly when clicked on. Once those 3 objectives have been met and verified by you, there's nothing more for you to learn. There's no more work for you to do other than simply sending traffic to your business. And again, the very business model you're using actually teaches you how to send traffic most effectively. So almost in a single motion, you have an exact and continual real-time synced clone of my own entire business model, and I'm the one responsible for keeping it updated and keeping it relevant at all times. Your only job after the initial setup is to send traffic to your business, watch your list grow, and money flow into your various accounts. There's no risk here, and it is instant access. Okay? You'll have to scroll down on the page. I'm not going to read out the guarantee, but I put in a very, very solid guarantee for you. Now let's talk about what something like this is worth in real-world terms, right? A complete business, fully monetized, streamlined, and maintained, that you're able to step into with basically no work at all and with no experience at all, while knowing that the person that created it makes almost his entire full-time income using the very same business. Now, this is as close as you're ever possibly going to get to a true guaranteed, almost instant income on the internet. Personally, I feel completely comfortable with pricing the interim income model at $1,997 down and then $297 a month. I know that you'll make more than that. And I feel like it's a bargain, right? Considering that I also know for a fact that if you follow my training in conjunction with running your cloned synced business model, you'll pull in more than $100,000 a year, every year, year after year. But that wouldn't be very cool of me. I mean, I worked you up. I've shown you that you could be in business today, literally within the next few hours, and that you could make more money than you've likely ever made before. So I'll bite the bullet on this one and price it for you at a point that you simply can't walk away from. I'll make it hurt a little bit. After all, you've got to get some skin in the game, or you'll never treat it with the value and respect that you should. Now, I'm still going to work with you because I know that my own comfort level pricing is still a bit out of reach for the very people who need this setup the most. So I'll go ahead and post my absolute lowest price now, and it'll only get higher from here for people who don't take immediate action and advantage of this special limited time pricing. There are three options available to you. Select the one that conforms most to your own financial situation and comfort level. Now, option one is you can make a one-time payment of $497. That's it. That's a lifetime right there. If it's really a little bit out of your league, that's okay. With option two, you can pay $97 today and then just $27 a month. If still it's a little something you can't work with, it's okay. We've got option three. Option three is just $47. That's it. It's $47 a month. Okay, before I go ahead and end this video, I want you to remember, there's no experience required here. The only thing that you have to do is send traffic to your business. Paid traffic is best. Now, you are required to have an Aweber account, but it's absolutely optional and completely up to you if you want your own domain name. So there you go. That's pretty much the whole thing in a nutshell. I'll see you on the inside.